Now, this election cycle has seen a focus on security like never before. Faith and trust in the voting process is front and center for millions of Americans. 60 Minutes spoke to Chief Operating Officer for the Office of the Georgia Secretary of State about what's at stake.
People have to have faith in the outcomes. And for 200 and some odd years, we had to have the acceptance of the person who came in second or lost to say, you know what, I lost, I will come back again and fight in 2 years. The reason we have ballots is to avoid bullets. And if you say ballots don't matter anymore, there's only one logical direction to go, and that's not healthy in any democracy.
More on this, let's bring in CBS News national security contributor Sam Vinograd. Sam, thanks for waking up with us this morning. I'm wondering what steps authorities are taking this election cycle to protect its integrity that we haven't seen before.
Well, Errol, threats can materialize in several domains. We have physical threats, we have cyber threats, and we have threats to the information that we're consuming about candidates, about the country, and about the integrity of the election. When it comes to physical security threats, there has been an unprecedented investment in shoring up the security of the election infrastructure that is going to allow us to vote in a safe and secure way tomorrow. And in addition to that, the federal government has engaged in enhanced information sharing and intelligence sharing with their state and local partners to make sure that everyone is aware of threats that may materialize. There have been hundreds of what we call tabletop exercises or scenario planning exercises with partners all across the country to make sure that everyone is as prepared as possible. And finally, jurisdictions have done very detailed analysis of the range of law enforcement resources in neighboring jurisdictions at the state level, at the National Guard level, and more, that they could call in if there is a need for additional resources if physical threats do materialize, Errol.
And of course, public faith that things are efficient is crucial. Are you seeing a high level of transparency from officials given the amount of accusations?
We are seeing an unprecedented set of public disclosures of previously classified information from the federal government about foreign influence operations that are geared at diminishing confidence in the safety of our elections. The federal government has issued several public disclosures about efforts by Russia, Iran, and China to try to shape voters' perceptions about election integrity. And in addition to that, we've seen, for example, state secretaries of state indicate that various content is fraudulent. So as voters head to the polls tomorrow, as folks wait to hear what the outcome of the election is, state secretaries of state, their Twitter feeds, their websites are really the place to get accurate information. And it's critical that everyone double or triple check the sources of information they're consuming because our foreign adversaries have gotten much more sophisticated over the last few years.
Can't say it enough. Verify the source. Sam Vinograd, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.